friends, today we are going to start the information retrieval systems. And first we start with the definition of information retrieval systems. An information retrieval system is a system that is capable of storage, retrieval and maintenance of information. Information may be text, images, video and other multimedia objects. Information retrieval is the formal study of efficient and effective ways to extract the right bit of information from a collection. An IRS consists of software program that facilitates a user in finding the info the user needs. The system may use standard computer software hardware to support the search subfunction and to convert non-textual sources to a searchable media. The success of an IRS is how well it can minimize the user overhead for a user to find the needed info. Next comes the objectives of IRS. To minimize the overhead of a user locating needed info. The two major measures of IRS are first one precision and second one recall. What is precision? Precision is the ability to retrieve top ranked documents that are mostly relevant. Second one recall, the ability of the search to find all the relevant items in the corpus. When a user decides to issue a search looking info on the topic, the total database is logically divided into 4 segments as relevant retrieved, relevant not retrieved, non-relevant retrieved and non-relevant not retrieved. Precision is equal to number retrieved relevant by number total retrieved. And recall is equal to number retrieved relevant by number possible relevant, where number possible relevant are the number of relevant items in the database. Number total retrieved is the total number of items retrieved from the query. Number retrieved relevant is the number of items retrieved that are relevant to the user search need. Precision measures one aspect of information retrieved overhead for a user associated with a particular search. Recall is very useful concept, but due to denominator is non-calculable in operational systems. Next comes the functional overview. A total information storage and retrieval system is composed of 4 major functional overview processes. First one, item normalization. Second one, selective dissemination of information. Third one, document database search. And fourth, an index database search along with the automatic file build process that supports index files. Coming to item normalization. In any integrated system is to normalize the incoming items to a standard format. Second, item normalization provides logical reconstructing of the item. Third point, operations during item normalization are identification of processing tokens, characters and number of tokens, stemming of tokens. Next, second measure is selective dissemination of information. The selective dissemination of information process provides the capability to dynamically compare newly received items in the information system against standing statements of interest of users and deliver the item to those users whose statement of interest matches the contents of the item. Both implementers and researchers have treated the dissemination process as independent from the rest of information system. Third measure is documentation database search or DDB search. The DDB search process provides the capability for a query to search against all items received by the system. The DDB search process is composed of the search process, user entered queries, typically the ad hoc queries, and the document database which contains all items that have been received, processed and stored by the system. The DDB can be very large, hundreds of millions of items or more. Typically, items in the DDB do not change. That is that they cannot be edited once received. The value of much information quickly decreases over time. The fourth measure is nothing but index database search. In this process, the user can logically store an item in a file along with additional index terms and descriptive text the user wants to associate with the item. It is also possible to have index records that do not reference an item but contain all the substantive information in the index itself. There are two classes of index files. One is private index file and the second one is public index file. Every user can have one or more private index files leading to a large number of files. Each private index file references only a small subset of the total number of items in the DDB. Public index files are maintained by professionally library services personnel and typically index every item in the DDB. There is a small number of public index files. These files have access lists, that is list of the user and their privileges, that allow anyone to search to retrieve data. Private index files typically have very limited access lists. To assist the users in generating indexes, especially the professional indexers, the system provides a process called automatic field builds.